Great morning, beautiful people. I want you guys to come on in and go ahead and share on your page. Once again, every month I give out a free sexy mug, give away one of these nice Style With Me t-shirts, depending on who's following, who's sharing, who's commenting, because I like to keep people engaged and I want to pour back into those that are poured into this moment. So go ahead and share it on your page. Share it on your page. We are going to get started. It is 6 o'clock a.m. this wonderful Monday morning, which is also my daughter Chloe Rose's birthday. So give it up for Chloe, y'all. She's not feeling well this morning, might not even go to school, but it is her birthday and she will celebrate whether she likes it or not. We're going to make sure it's a wonderful day for her. But for those that are joining in, I am Terrell Munger, and you've rightly tuned in to Q. I see you this morning, man. Good to have you on. You've rightly tuned in to Terrell Munger, a sexy cup of coffee. It's just 7 minutes of strategy, and I am the host, the sexiest man alive, but not the way you think it is. It's just a formula that I came up with. It's your social level, your education level, your communication level, and the exponential level at which you understand these elements. It will develop your influence level in any room you go into, and that is a 7 minute strategy that I give on Monday morning so you can start your day off right, start your week off right, so you can be more effective in whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, as I jump in this morning, the strategy for this week is check the temperature. Yep. Check the temperature. And the reason I say that is many times we get excited about what we're doing. We get excited about what we're talking about. We get excited about what we're involved in. And we want to share it with the people around us. But I will caution you, before you start sharing your excitement, sharing your ideas or things that you're involved in, check the temperature of the person that you're talking to. The worst thing you can do is be excited about something and end up talking to somebody that's a skeptic, that has given up hope and that doesn't believe. Because whether you know it or not, it does not matter how much you believe. When you start talking to people that hit you with everything that could go wrong and everything that might go wrong, it takes a little piece from you. No, we can't listen to the people around us, but I am telling you, when you at your weakest moment, the people around you become your strongest voice, and you have to be careful of who those voices are. And matter of fact, before you are affected by the words and the actions of people around you, look at the results of their life. And I'm not saying be judgmental, but if they're always having problems in relationship, they're always having financial issues, they can't seem to get it going right. What makes you think that they're going to give the best advice to you? Because they're living off of the advice that they have inside of them. Now, I'm not saying somebody who's had a bad relationship can't give you positive input. They probably can, but you have to be careful when people are hitting you with things that drain you and skeptical ideas and negative point of views. If you don't look at their life, you'll think their word is law. And matter of fact, it's difficult to make progress if you're comparing yourself to anybody. Don't ever feel bad about what's going on in your life because it seems like things are going well with everyone else. Some people just know how to pretend well. Some people all of us every now and then can't wait for payday. Out here looking good and broke. That happens to all of us. So you can't feel bad because you're going through a stage in your life where you're in a little more lack than at other times. You just have to go ahead and keep your positive information going, keep your positive flow going, and be around people that can give positive information to you. Now, here's why it's important to check your temperature, because inconsistent people can mess around and make you feel insecure. I was looking at the song from Cardi B where she was saying, "You even got me tripping, got me looking in the mirror different, feeling like I'm flawed because you inconsistent." That's what people do. People will be inconsistent with their support, inconsistent with their conversation, and you'll start questioning yourself, thinking something is wrong with you. No, you can't let inconsistent people have you out here feeling insecure about yourself. You can have people who can't finish anything themselves have you out here stopping what you're doing because they're unsure. And I'll say this, there's a difference between discernment and skepticism. People are always saying, oh, well, something's not right in my spirit about that. My discernment kicking in. Discernment is not just for bad things. Discernment is also for good things. Discernment is discerning the environment. Which environment is the right one to share certain ideas in? When do people feel lonely? When do people feel depressed? When are people unhappy? What do you need to add into their life? Discernment is not always about finding the negative. It's about finding a way to add the good. Because when you are a person that add the good, you add value to certain situations. You add value to the people that you're around. And it's important, especially in this day, you have to find your fit. Yep, you have to find your fit, because if you don't find your fit, you'll walk around feeling like a failure. I remember that great line from Albert Einstein. He said, everybody is a genius in their own right. But if you judge a fish by his ability to climb a tree, he'll walk around his whole life feeling like he's stupid. You might have a gift, and your gift might not fit the situation you're in. It might not fit the people that you're around. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when we do need constructive criticism. We do need feedback. We do need ways to get better. But I'm telling you, constructive criticism and people who know how to give it are the people who can point out your shortcomings, or point out the things that you're doing wrong, but you leave the conversation feeling better about what's possible in the future. That's constructive criticism. But when what they tell you, it attacks your self-esteem, make you feel bad about yourself. Well, I'm just being real. That's ugly. That's not constructive criticism. That's discouraging. It's offensive. And to be honest, it's downright rude. Constructive criticism is, I see the shirt you have on today. You know what? I saw you have a shirt on last month. It may go better with those pants. And you know, but you look cute in it. That's good. So I'm just saying, when you give advice to people, or you give feedback to people, make sure you give it. The Bible says that our word should be seasoned with salt. Make sure you give it in such a way that there's hope in the situation, and that could be hope coming out of the situation. Because the people around you, if they say things and are constantly say things that make you question yourself, it's going to limit your mobility. It's going to take away your confidence, and your confidence is your biggest strength. So before you start sharing your ideas, before you start sharing your thoughts, before you start talking to people about even your plans or your day or your relationship, check the temperature first. The last thing you want to do is talk about relationship issues with a person that's already bitter. A person that's already failing in their relationship and has failed in other relationships. They may give some positive feedback, but chances are they're going to speak from the bitterness, and the breast milk of their advice is going to be tainted by the nicotine that they've been taking inside their body, if you can understand that analogy. So that's my strategy today, guys. Before you start sharing, before you start talking, before you start spilling out your heart, make sure you check the temperature in the room. Make sure what you're doing is adding value. You're not just talking about you. You're not taking up space. You're not taking the air out of the room. You're being considerate of those that want to talk. You're giving them positive feedback, and you're making sure you're getting positive feedback for yourself. And don't be walking around here feeling bad about yourself because you have a bunch of inconsistent, negative, skeptic people in your life. Yep. So that's my strategy today, guys. Go to TerrellMunger.com. You can check your sexy score, see how influential you're being in environments and in rooms. But what I say all the time, while you're checking the temperature, whatever you do, make it meaningful, make it impactful, make it personal, and don't forget to make it powerful. But above all, make it sexy, because you're going to need that. All right. Y'all enjoy your week.